think we got like two crackers left. Like 2 packets of crackers left. So yeah. Anyways, let's get right into it. This is WWE News. Matt Hardy made a shocking return. Drew McIntyre injured. Released wrestlers call out WWE and more.
Can only mean one thing. Game
Yeah.
on.
Matt Hardy going
None
to
of us
TNA. I
know
thought he
that
was
a
going to be
day
part of the White Stick. I guess not, unless there's like a joint sponsorship or
We are
something.
kicking off today with TNA Rebellion,
What was
as
that?
last night's event saw Moose retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against Nick Nemeth, but the
Okay.
show wasn't over there. After the match, Moose's faction The System were on the stage to celebrate his victory until the lights went out as fans awaited whoever was behind the recent lights out warning. That turned out to be Matt Hardy, specifically the broken version of the veteran, who, when the lights came back on, attacked Moose and ended the show by holding the TNA World title. Matt's TNA return comes mere weeks after his AEW contract expired and puts to bed speculation that he'd be a part of the rumored Uncle Howdy-led faction coming to WWE. TNA is where Matt reached the pinnacle of his singles success, as he is a two-time TNA World Champion and would clearly love to add a third title to his collection. It seems clear that Matt will get his title shot when the time is right, but what do you make of his return to TNA? Should he have joined WWE instead?
No.
Let us know in the comments. This week, WWE hosted its first wave of talent cuts as part of the new era, with Jinder Mahal, Veer Mahan, Sangha, Xia Li, and Zion Quinn all being let go by the company. After this release, Sangha tweeted that, "I will die, but I will not bow down," leaving some fans to wonder if there had been issues between himself and WWE prior to being let go. In a video post-release, Sangha did speak of having issues with a lack of Indian representation in WWE and believes that somebody from the country should be near the top of the card. Sangha made clear he wasn't personally advocating for himself, but said that while WWE always tries to seek the massive Indian fan base on social media, they don't push Indian talent. Sangha's last match was in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on the April 5th, 2024 episode of SmackDown, and his entire WWE run was lacking in meaningful storylines. India has a population of 1.4 billion and has a massive WWE fan base. And do you think there should be more done to cater to Indian fans in WWE? Sound off in the comments.
Maybe.
In the closing moments of this week's Raw, Chad Gable snapped and turned on Sami Zayn, launching into an attack on the Intercontinental Champion in front of his family. For some time, Gable has been the leader of the Alpha Academy, but it appears that this new run as a heel will see the Olympian team with some other superstars. As Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer was first to report, the plan is now for the Creed brothers to be turned heel and form a faction of talented technicians with Chad Gable. This has already been teased, as following Chad's turn, Julius Creed tweeted, "Ready, willing, and," which is a nod to Chad's Ready, Willing, and Gable catchphrase early in his WWE career. The Creeds have impressed on Raw so far, but have yet to hold tag gold, and do you think a heel turn and Gable alignment will push them to the next level? Sound off down in the comments.
Not like they
the WrestleMania 40 did not go as Drew McIntyre had hoped, and had it not been for CM Punk, the Scottish Warrior would likely be the World Heavyweight Champion right now. Well, it turns out McIntyre has more to deal with than the pesky Punk, as PW Insider reports that McIntyre is currently working through an elbow injury that he suffered in Philadelphia. The report states that Drew badly hyperextended his elbow, and it should be said that this happened in the match with Seth Rollins and isn't because of Punk or Damian Priest. Despite this, McIntyre has been a featured name on TV and recently worked WWE's UK tour, and there is some irony to McIntyre getting hurt after months of taunting CM Punk. McIntyre isn't advertised for Backlash France, and with his contract in WWE continuing to tick away, it'll be interesting to see what he does next, given this WrestleMania injury. More from TNA now, as Matt Hardy wasn't the only notable name who returned at the event, as fellow AEW alum Mike Santana was also at the show.
What's his name?
Santana was selected to be the surprise opponent for Steve Maclin, as the former world champion demanded a challenge, and Santana got the win with an STB clothesline.
not a referee.
Later in the show, the Knockouts World title match saw plenty of chaos, as the Good Hands and Khan tried to interfere on the behalf of challenger Steph DeLander. This brought out PCO and the returning Sami Callihan to even the odds,
Yeah.
and Jordynne Grace was able to get the win amid this chaos to keep her reign going strong.
Oh. Why would they show her getting pinned then? If they Jordynne Grace got one.
Let's get this over with.
Over to AEW Collision as the go-home show before Dynasty saw the Elite face FTR and PAC in a trios match, but the fans were more concerned about someone no longer in AEW. Despite the talents of the 6 men in the match, loud CM Punk chants broke out, clearly aimed at the Bucks, who were the ones in kayfabe who chose to air the all-in backstage footage. Tony Khan has said that airing the footage was about building excitement towards the Bucks versus FTR at Dynasty, but it seems the fans are much more interested in the man Khan fired last year. On last week's now infamous episode of AEW Dynamite, Will Ospreay had some choice words for Triple H after the game said some wrestlers skip WWE in favor of a lighter work schedule. Though Triple H didn't mention AEW or Ospreay by name, Will responded with a feisty promo on Dynamite and said that Triple H only got
Seems like everything else is I'm not really interested in hearing. It was all about people that was no longer with the company and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm gonna see you on the next video.